Yes, there was some breaking news that a white student has sued Howard University for racial discrimination. As of October 25th, a student, uh, Michael Newman, a white former law student at Howard University, has sued the school for racial discrimination, alleging
A former student of Howard University is taking the school's law school to court. The plaintiff, Michael Newman, is asking for $2 million in damages for his alleged pain, suffering, and emotional anguish. Newman, a white man, attended the law school from 2020 until he got expelled in 2022. He says he became a target for discrimination following his comments in a group chat with other students after showing a picture of a slave's beaten and bruised back. He said, "But what did the slave do?" Newman says he repeatedly apologized. He also says he faced hostility on campus, with students calling him Mayo King and White Panther. In a statement, the school says the school is prepared to vigorously defend itself in this lawsuit as the claims provide a one-sided and self-serving narrative of the events leading to the end of the students' enrollment at the university.
behind the lawsuit started pretty normal, but as they got into his history with the school, they found some difficulties he was having with his classmates. Certain comments he made that made his motivations at the institution suspicious, to say the least. There were things found on his prior Twitter feed that were definitely more than questionable. Of course, the situation. I'm not sure. The school's already issued a statement saying they're going to, of course, respond to this and they're ready to vigorously defend themselves. But as more details of the case began to reveal themselves, needless to say, there will be some absurdities to follow soon enough. I definitely rolled my eyes more than a few times because this gentleman, did things. And one thing that stood out to me was that he purported that he was going through depression and stress and everything. I said, bro, this is law school. That's every day in law school. But he went on to then proceed to do things against school policy, like things that you just don't do. But and he's actually suing the school under the Civil Rights Act of 1964, alleging the school discriminated against him and treated him differently because he was white. And he also wants damages for being kicked out of a group chat. Gentlemen, go.
Man, fuck this dude. Fuck this dude. Listen, how would you to call your boy up? You can put me on the board just for 24 hours. I will make this shit disappear just like that.
Don't say that, man. You don't want nobody using this shit against you later on, man. This really
Let me say, all I said make this shit disappear. I didn't say make my man disappear.
If they're using rap lyrics of the lock dudes up, you better be careful.
Oh no, you're not gonna post a picture of wounded enslaved people and talk about, oh, but what did he do the day before? No, you're not doing that.
No. But really, though, sincerely, fuck this dude. He has dubious and evil and heinous intention behind this lawsuit. This lawsuit is not based off of legitimate discriminatory practices at the hands of black staff and black students at this particular school. He is at this school literally to cause a ruckus and to make a name for himself and to be antagonistic. This is on some right-wing white supremacists. I'm going to be a disruptor to rally people around a cause. Hopefully, if I can get this started, my other white supremacist comrades will go to other HBCUs and do the same shit. Right? That's all. And unfortunately, this is. You didn't hear about the school down in Texas. That where the black students are suing that school because of the white students that are legitimately harassing them, hanging nooses, and all this type of stuff. You're not hearing about that, right? Because this is part of where we are right now with what the great Dylan Rodriguez has called white reconstruction. Wherever there's a level of black progress in any semblance or black outrage, white people will respond.
Swing the pendulum back.
Swing the pendulum. And DeSantis is taking place. Favre down in Mississippi. We'll see these types of things take place as a way of swinging the pendulum. But this is something that should be thrown out. I think Howard, for all of its flaws, is going to do is due diligence, and this is going to be something to go away. And I think just the fact that they found things on social media that they shared publicly, it lets me know that there's way more behind the scenes privately that they're holding on to, that they're going to save for the lawsuit.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest fears right now is whether or not this lawsuit, and I don't know for certain, but I think the goal is to have this lawsuit get pushed up to the Supreme Court for some type of reverse racism, type of affirmative action type of case for them to hear it. Now, if it's going to get that far, I don't know specifically, because
would it surprise me?
We'll see.
I mean, the fact that they expelled him prior to, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. He was an expelled student.
He was expelled.
He never graduated.
Well, it's not even about necessarily the graduation. It's about he's saying that he was harassed at the school. However, he went through like the actual processes for punishment or whatever, however you want to describe it, before they finally expelled him. So it's not like, oh, they just harassed him, and he's like, I got him. Yeah, just threw him away. Like, he's been, quote unquote, a menace.
There's a level of investigation that they've already done leading up to.
He's been a menace for him. He's been a menace for a minute.
That's why I say fuck this dude.
And my thing, like, we'll see. For one, there's this thing called discovery, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. That's going to be a whole movie. That's going to be a whole movie in itself when it comes to the discovery part, because all these poor law students who are probably just busting their ass just to get through life had to get pulled in and recount all this nonsense they went through with this dude back in law school. Now, the other thing that stood out to me that I find unusual is that, he seems very lonely on this hill, and I know for a fact, because there's another terrible personal irony here. I actually have an interview with our university this Friday at the School of Business. Wish me luck.
Best of luck.
The terrible irony is that, I'm well aware of white students in my HBCU experience in my complete 6 years. Bowie State University has definitely changed since I've been there. Howard, I've seen definitely a good handful of white people in the School of Business. Schools. I never saw them in School C. But School of Business, sure. Other schools, sure. They're there. They're not, extinct in HBCUs, but he's very unusually lonely.
Well, let's ask that question, because I brought this up.
Like you were the only motherfucker they picked out.
No, listen.
You were the only motherfucker.
I had some people actually ask this question. Why is it why is it that he's going to this school? Why did he, a white kid, decide to go to Howard University School of Law? Okay, the reason why I'm asking is because the belief is white kids are not going to Howard University if they got the grades to go anywhere else. Let's keep it 100% funky. They're not going. If you have an opportunity to go to the Yales, the Harvards,
you're not in the same position as black kids.
You're not going to Howard University for law school, right?
No.
Right.
So I mean, like, to L's point, it kind of feels like, I don't want to say all of it's premeditated, but it feels like it's premeditated, my guy.
Definitely
like he went to the school specifically just to be antagonistic,
just to be an asshole.
Might be a plan, a weak plan.
You could have been an asshole online. With a Twitter account. You could
have been an asshole on that Twitter account. Talking about I was ironic.
You're stupid for this.
I'll put an iron.
But this is again. This is what white folks are. They have, and I don't even like to use the term privilege, but I'll use it in this context. They have the privilege to be able to do these type of things. They have the privilege to be able to put frivolous as lawsuits out. That they can afford to do that with their whiteness. Black folks can't afford to do this shit. We can't. We've been in positions consistently at our workplace, on our streets, wherever we go, where we're constantly harassed with anti-blackness of every sort. Man, did you imagine all the money that we would possibly have, or all the courtrooms that would be full if we filed a lawsuit every time we experienced some white person doing some stupid shit?
Man, you was shut
Bro,
down.
I would be in that motherfucker right today.
Oh man, I got two lawsuits myself.
Yeah.
If I could do them, I would. If I could do them, I would. I can't.
But this is just one of those things, man. It's going to be an interesting case. Again, to O's point, I do think there is a strategy behind this. This is not, so don't just take me saying it's frivolous as that he's just out to get some level of excitement, entertainment. I do think they get off on this type of shit in many ways, but I also think there's a level of strategy behind it that he knows that if he can get this kicked up to the Supreme Court, bro, you get it to the Supreme Court, it's a crapshoot at that point in time, my man.
At the very least, it's a crapshoot. And right, given the makeup of the Supreme Court, it looks like he would win it. If it got that far, my guy, it looks like he would win it. And
motherfucker Clarence Thomas, who's in an interracial relationship,
he's been trying to get rid of affirmative action for decades. He's been trying to get rid of affirmative action for decades.
We'll bury this case into the depths of the earth.
I don't even watch SVU, so I don't even know what's going on. I just hope it's
We'll see.